Hey guys, welcome back to Chaotic TV. This is game 2 from Group H of Group IronSquid, Chapter 2. In the top left on Ohana we have the red Zerg, Surgeon Zerg, carving up his opponent in the last game. He is Azubu's Violet.
And spying across from him, we have Evil Genius's Thorzain. And hopefully we'll see if Thorzain can bring his multitasking up to par here to deal with the multiple pronged attacks of the Zerg player. Or if he even lets it get to that point in the game, he might decide that he's outmatched and try to end it early.
Violet did had a great timing attack. I don't even know if it was planned. It didn't really look. It looked kind of haphazard, but it worked in that last game. He caught Thorzain when all of his mech was not in place yet. He was at Thor's and he hadn't yet built enough siege tanks to defend against the push that Violet did. And Violet's use of burrowed moved infestors definitely paid off in the canceling of some key tech and initiating the multi-pronged attack.
Yeah, he just snuck those infestors into the main, sent roaches to the third, sent roaches to natural, sent roaches to the army that was on the map, sent roaches pretty much everywhere. and like I said, Thorzain just couldn't keep up with his multitasking. Didn't have his army split properly. Just everything bad that can happen when you're playing mech happened.
Yep, he caught him at just the right time in mech. As mech, you want to go. Ooh, that was a nice T-stop on the command center and just kite him around instead of taking damage on that SCV. In mech, you want to get up to 200 and then move out. You don't want to ever move out before that, according to Day 9 at least.
There's a 150 timing that's pretty popular too, but still,
you have to have the right army composition for that, and the way that Thorzain was going with that number of Thors, Thorzain, Thors, ha ha ha. He was not going for that 150 timing.
No, you need a lot more siege tanks.
Yeah.
And he did a good job early getting map control with the Hellions and Banshees, but as soon as he lost the Banshees, he just didn't account for the amount of roaches that were possible to come out, and it just ended him. Kind of like the counterattack that we saw earlier when we were casting from who was it?
Oh,
mine's blank.
Yeah. Mine's full of Dayquil and NyQuil, so
combination.
I can't remember. But yeah, I completely know what you're talking about. I'm pulling a Caldor right now where we're just being unspecific.
But there was a game where a counterattack won, and we actually cast it, believe it or not.
Yeah, and you guys will see it up online, and you'll figure out what we're talking about, even if you watch this out of order. So we saw a delayed gas before the barracks. It was still before the barracks, but it was later than previous games. So we see the factory, but we might see reactored medevacs come out instead, and a more bio push from EG's Thorzain. But you never know when it comes to Thorzain. Since he's trying to shrug off this Spoon Terran title, he's been doing a whole lot of different innovative things. And he's just doing his very best to get a new nickname, but I think he will be the Spoon or Spork Terran forever and ever. Although eventually he might become the Trident Terran, which is a very fancy fork.
Yes.
If he's fond of three-prong attacks, that would be kind of cool. So we do see a lot of barracks coming out right now. We might see the Siege Marine, or what do you call it? Marine tank setup from Thorzain coming out, but he will have to get another factory with Tech Lab, and he's going to need some more gas for that. But right now he's going to be going for a bio-centric army for this early pressure.
He's probably just going to finish his marine upgrades on the Tech Lab and then switch the factory back and start into siege tanks. Just use the Hellions for, oh my god, this is a fast roach attack.
This is a fast roach attack. He was planning on this from dead on. I mean, Surgeon Zerg, he knows what he was doing.
This is like the 7 roach rush.
Yeah.
Plus an expansion. So it's a little more like, what is this, 10? 9, 10
It
roaches.
looks, yeah, we got 9 on the ground right now. No more in production, so he's just droning behind this. But he's going to cause as much damage as he can.
He's
Is he
going to
going to
walk
run
past
after
that
them?
bunker. He's going to try to.
Oh, nope,
door
he got
shut.
denied. And he's losing 1 roach. Two, and
He's doing a good job of saving most of them, but he killed a few workers. That bunker really saved Thorzain right there.
Oh yeah, definitely if he comes back in here, these 3 Hellions, without splitting, he's going to be able to take out at least 2 of these roaches very quickly. Thorzain's defense was good for this
That was
rush.
definite. That was spot on defense right there.
Yeah.
He only lost 5 workers in that whole ordeal, which is pretty amazing for 9 roaches walking in your front door.
It was not like the sporks you see at a mall food court that the tines break off right away. He was ready. He's a high quality spork in that effect.
Yes, he didn't break while eating pudding.
Alright, we've got some Hellions moving across the map. We're trying to take some map control with these Naga towers, and these roaches are still reeling from that attack. But we see a semi-wall coming down from Violet, and these 2 basing right now, droning up behind it. Carapace and Zergling Speed coming out, as well as Stimpak's about to finish, and Starport's coming out to switch out to a reactor for some easy medevacs.
Stim is about to finish.
Pretty decent push.
He's going to hit a timing with it here. Just a small
he's got the
battle
supply
force
lead. He's got the army lead. And I think
those Marauders are going to kill those roaches in a hurry.
Yeah, this might be the beginning of the end for Violet. Big scan, killing creep, killing roaches everywhere, killing a queen. Big stim, even without the medevac. The roaches are going after the Marines, but
there's going to be enough
taking them apart
to clean it up. But he did not before doing a ton of damage. He just killed like 6 drones with 1 shot from the Hellions.
There's 8 drones dead by Thorzain, and finally this gets mopped up. But
he completely just turned around all that damage he took from the early roaches.
And he got a 3rd CC up behind it. We need an now see level 1 melee coming down from Violet, and a big Ling.
Similar
push
upgrades
to the
for
3rd.
both. Violet.
Oh, look at all that death being dealt at the hands of those Marines, and now the Zerglings took their payback, but again denied. And wow, that's a whole lot of SCVs. The whole position is perfect. They're trying to get to these Marines because the AI priority is just that good, but the micro by Thorzain was terrific in holding off the
yeah, he could have lost a whole lot more there.
And we see a Overlord dropping creep in the 3rd here of Thorzain, so he's going to have to clean that out before he can put down that CC. And Violet takes his own 3rd right now. We don't see any creep spread from Violet, so I'm kind of miffed about that. But we do see pathogen glands coming out. And what I really
a command center could just push a little Overlord out of the way.
It is bigger, yeah. I wonder if they fly at the same altitude.
I think everything in StarCraft flies at the same altitude.
I don't know, man. A Colossus is gigantic when you see it in the cinematics, but when you look at it in game, it's not so much. And an SCV, you know, is bigger than a Marine. So I think we're seeing, you know, kind of a misview of it. But right now, the army supply is creeping up in favor of Thorzain, but the work count is definitely in favor of Violet. And the income is about even with those freaking mules, but upgrades are
go in Thorzain's favor as soon as that 3rd lands.
And that is right now. And Violet has yet to transfer some drones over, but he is getting those upgrades. He has not yet evolved glial reconstitution, which is the roach speed, and the land shark says he doesn't like that. So we see enough medevacs coming out for Thorzain, but oh, is he going to go for a drop? Looks like
he's about to load up a drop.
Why did he just stim across the map? Bunch of Lings coming out at the Naga tower, going to be able to clean up all these. Oh, why is he running?
I don't know. But yeah, he is dropping.
Wonder what he's going to try to snipe here. Is he going to go for the spawning pool, or is he just going to go for some gas drones? He will be spotted by these overlords.
He might be able to kill a few drones.
Ooh, we see another Azubu Violet Infestor coming infestor attack coming in here, but
But
are
there's this missile turret right
turrets.
there.
And the Ling spot this drop. But not before everything comes out and they stem forward to pick off some drones. Oh, he's going for the spawning pool. That's a big get. Right now, Thorzain is supply blocked, and Violet is going to be down one spawn
and get out too.
Builds another one right away. Yep, he is just on his way out. This creep right here, he needs more creep. He needs at least us 4.
Here comes the infestors to the third. I have a feeling they're going to drop some infested Terrans in that mineral line.
But all these Terrans can see it. They can see the ripple. Oh no, they can't see the ripple.
You can if they're moving. It's really hard to spot. It's harder than spotting cloaked units. Burrowed units are harder to see.
There are full energy infestors here. They need to drop some energy before they waste.
You might be waiting for the army to move out.
Very true, and that siege tank would have done some real damage to those fellas. But once they hit Violet's side of the map, who is now putting down a 4th, then
they're right there.
Oh, there's all the infested Terrans. And this third is going to be targeted, hopefully. They're all selected by Violet, so yeah, he is definitely targeting that command center, but he will not lose it.
Remember when Destiny first started doing this heavy infestor play, like a long time ago? This is back before anyone was using infestors for anything, let alone infested Terrans. He was using it to break the fast expand wall, cannon wall of the Protoss when they would go forward fast expand. He would run up and just dump all the infested Terrans and focus the Nexus down and win the game from there pretty much.
Well, Thorzain's CC that all these infestors were trying to snipe has actually been the cause of death for 3 of the 6 infestors that did try to snipe it. We have a big push of Lings coming down for Violet, but it's spot by a Marine from Thorzain, and these siege tanks and Marines are pushing out to the main with a heavy supply lead compared to Violet's.
I didn't know there was a space shark on this map.
Yeah.
Here comes the infestors again, and I don't know. They're in a dangerous spot here, but the one's not.
2 sniped right away, and these Lings are doing their best, but the 5
these are good
here have almost
holding all the motivacs in place. Now they're out of support units and they're just going to die.
And they had no energy to begin with. They should have stayed burrowed. Only one of them had enough fungal energy.
We just seen Ultralisk Cavern coming in here for him, and this is actually a relatively good map for Ultralisks. The middle of the field is pretty wide open. A lot of the maps are bigger than normal.
I think it's a little too late for Ultras though. He's down 55 supply and he's losing. There's a big run by, but there's not enough to really deal with all of this.
Well, depending on how fast Thorzain pushes here, he can have some of them up in time to defend.
Target fire on those infestors, taking out 2 of the relatively full energy ones. More target fire down. Big fungals coming down, but not even all of the fungals are spent by the infestors, and Violet is down 90 with a GG. And that was a relatively quick game. Well, no, it wasn't. Not at all. For Ohana between EG and Azubu, but we will join you again in Game 3 between these 2 players in just a second for Chaotic TV. I am Chaos.
This is Eclipse.
And we'll see you in just a second. Cheers.